Prime Minister, you twice
Why Justin
were found
Trudeau does
guilty of
not
breaking
deserve to
the
be our
Ethics
Prime
Act.
Minister.
After those two convictions, did you decide to read the act?
Trudeau doesn't like being questioned on anything. Trudeau makes sudden course corrections on freedom of speech. The direction of political wind decides what he says. I think it is important to continue to defend freedom of expression and freedom of speech. Our artists help us to reflect and challenge our views, and they contribute to our society. A week earlier, Trudeau was critical of freedom of expression by, for example, poking fun of the Muslim prophet. Moreover, the Liberal government of Justin Trudeau wants to regulate what Canadians can post on social media such as YouTube. Trudeau's self-admitted and significant failures in judgment have led to a series of resignations possibly without precedent. Governor-General Julie Payette was personally appointed by Justin Trudeau without employing the previously used non-partisan committee. Justin Trudeau fired his Attorney General, Jody Wilson-Raybould, for properly resisting political pressure in prosecutorial decisions. Subsequently, so did his principal secretary, Gerald Butts, and Michael Wernick, the country's most senior civil servant, as clerk of the Privy Council. The conflict of interest fiasco over the We Paid Volunteers program brought forth the resignation of the Finance Minister, Bill Morneau. A report found Canada's Public Health Agency did not have the breadth and depth of human resources required to support an emergency response of this never-seen-before magnitude, complexity, and duration. Stockpiles of protective masks were either exported to China or allowed to expire and not replaced. An early warning system for pandemics was shut down. Canada's ability to develop and manufacture vaccines was left to wither. Pharmaceutical policies discouraged research and development of drugs and vaccines. Malaise about Canada's performance is entirely justified as our pampered public sector fails to deliver. Examples: failure to secure borders to the virus and its infectious variants. We are supposed to be an energy superpower but can't build a dam or a pipeline. Trudeau is a champion of reconciliation where Indigenous people are poisoned by their own drinking water, an issue that was promised to be resolved in his first term. Canada's consistent failure to equip its military is usually just an embarrassment, and not a national tragedy. Our soldiers can't go to shooting competitions without their World War II-era pistols seizing up. The Navy's only resupply vessel is a hastily converted commercial ship that can't enter war zones. The RCAF is so accustomed to flying planes that are decades past their service life that Canadian military contractors are now sought-after leaders in the niche realm of patching up antique airframes. Politicians wholly unable to resist the temptation to meddle in military contracts and throwing Admiral Mark Norman unjustly under the bus. Trudeau can't even repair his house, the official prime ministerial residence 24, Sussex Drive, which has long been notorious as a drafty, ill-maintained, and a crumbling fire trap. Trudeau's Liberal Party breaks numerous election promises. The abolition of first-past-the-post elections, the 2015 campaign commitment to end long-term drinking water advisories on reserves by the end of March 2021. Trudeau went into bed with the Communist Party of China by placing all our eggs in one basket to develop the CanSino COVID-19 vaccine. Then suddenly Trudeau and Canada got stabbed in the back when China actively blocked development of CanSino vaccine with Canada, which left Canada scrambling to secure supplies of vaccine from other sources. Trudeau's blaming of former Prime Minister Mulroney on vaccine problems are delusional, say experts. For months now, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has blamed everyone for Canada's trickle of COVID-19 vaccines but himself. Despite knowing on May 19 that China was breaking a deal with Canada, the Trudeau government waited until August 1 to enter into vaccine contracts with Pfizer behind many other countries. Trudeau going through great effort, including the prorogue of Parliament, to suppress the truth about the We Charity scandal, which included his immediate family members. Trudeau government failed to keep out the variants tearing through Canada. Reducing incoming flights from hotspots was too little, too late. By not doing more to keep variants out of Canada, Justin Trudeau is sleepwalking into the next disaster. Once again, Canadian border restrictions come only after the damage has been done. The sensational testimony by an Army Major, Kelly Brennan, whose detailed allegations about her relationship with former Chief of Defense Staff General Jonathan Vance poked giant holes in the government's claim that it took the issue of sexual misconduct in the military seriously. The Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, and his Defense Minister, Gurjit Sajjan's position and credibility has since been badly shredded. Trudeau has been found guilty of 2 ethics violations and a third is under review. 1. Trudeau accepted and made use of a free private helicopter ride to the AGA Con Island in the Caribbean for personal holidays while in office. 2. Trudeau oversaw improper pressure on former Attorney General Jody Wilson-Raybould related to a major prosecution of a large Montreal-based engineering company. 3. Trudeau made a major apparent conflict of interest mistake by participating in discussions of a We Charity contract, a charity that paid Trudeau's family members over $250,000. Trudeau's dress code often misses the mark on sensitivities. Before Trudeau becoming Prime Minister, Trudeau participated in a black and brown face costume event. Later, as Prime Minister, he wore a traditional native Indian dress upon arrival and during a trip to India, although his hosts normally wear suit and. The Trudeau Liberals indicated that it only learned in February 2021 that Canada's visa application centre in Beijing is managed by the Chinese police. The same month, the Globe and Mail reported the arrangement. The Trudeau Liberals are responsible for the fastest increase in federal debt, which is growing larger by the day and which may not ever be paid off by the time our great-grandchildren are senior citizens. Trudeau was forced to apologize for a smug and arrogant jibe at an Indigenous protester March 27, 2019. "Thank you for your donation," he said to the demonstrator, as she was escorted from a Liberal Party fundraiser by security. Jaspal Atwal, the convicted terrorist and attempted assassin at the heart of Justin Trudeau's disastrous India trip, was arrested in February 2020. Atwal has a record of violent behavior stretching back to 1986, when he was convicted of attempting to assassinate visiting Indian politician Makhiat Singh Sidhu, a crime that a judge deemed to be an act of terrorism. Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, Trudeau's wife, was seen photographed with Jaspal Atwal at an Indian film industry event in Mumbai in February during Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's official visit to India.